Aquarius, hello, welcome. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot, and we are doing your November reading. This is a general reading for Taurus, positions, Sun, Moon, Rising, and it is general, as I said, so it will not resonate with all of you. If it doesn't seem like it's your reading, don't try to force the fit. Go find another one of the excellent readers on YouTube and check out your November read with them. We have here, interesting, Scorpio had the Eight of Cups coming out reversed as their very first card for November. Just maybe that's relevant to you, Aquarius. We're asking Spirit to give us a little guidance about where our joy resides this month. Where can we find our joy? How do we get in touch with our joy this month? Sorry, I lean on the table and I forget that it shakes the camera. I'm going to take some cards. If we have jumpers, we'll take them. If not, then if I get to a spot where it feels like the deck is right, we'll take off the top. But we're asking where our joy resides, and it's sort of related to that for November. We're asking what we need to be paying attention to, what needs our attention. Just a little guidance from Spirit for us about where we find our joy and what needs attention. I think we're just about right here. Okay. Let's see what we have for you, Aquarius. What needs your attention and where is your joy? The Eight of Cups is about sort of assessing where you're at, cutting your losses, making your choices about which direction to go, which path are you taking, and moving on. Sorry, there's a lot of glare just now. I think it's gotten a bit darker outside with the clouds and we're having trouble focusing today because I'm out of practice or the camera's mad, who knows. Anyway, Aquarius, we have the Eight of Cups energy starting out your reading for November. You're walking away from something. There's been some disillusionment, something you had been believing in. You're now seeing more clearly it's not for you, and you're leaving it behind. You may be a bit sad about this. It's possible that there's a certain sadness around the letting go. You may not want to let go, but you do know it's the right choice, and you do take some action this month to move in that direction. Five of Wands is next, and it's coming out reversed, which brings with it this energy of you avoiding conflict. You've decided that you will respect the differences between you and someone else, and you're just moving on. I think these two are very related. You may have been struggling against something, trying very hard to get someone else to see things your way, and you finally have realized that although it makes you sad to step away, it's not a conflict you should continue. It will go on forever if you keep fighting, each of you from your corner. And you know that the right choice is to step away from that. Knight of Cups comes out next. This is telling me that you're going to follow your heart. You need to. There could be a romantic dimension to a relationship being born here. You may have had a connection with somebody, and now it becomes romantic. Oh, I really wish it would focus for you, for me there. You see the Knight, the fish, blue representing emotion. There is emotion here. You are perhaps connecting more closely with someone. You're definitely following your heart in some manner. If it's not a person, then it's a project and you feel very strongly about it. Judgment tells me that this is the right thing. This month you're moving through a period of reflecting on where you've been and where you're going, and you are having sort of a personal time of reckoning. You're starting to understand that how you make your choices decides where you end up. You create your future. You have the power and the manifesting ability through each choice you make to take your life in whatever direction you choose, Aquarius. Nine of Wands energy is here, and I love this card. Just look at his socks. They're fantastic. The meaning on this card is quite a good one. Although he is bandaged and worn, likely exhausted, he's fought many battles, this fox, has the wands there behind to prove how many he has bested in the past. It's not done yet, but he feels very tired, as if there's only so much more that can be done, but you do have the reserves within you. You have struggled a long time, it would seem, and I think your joy comes to you this month in understanding that you don't need to struggle alone. The Three of Pentacles tells me there's an aspect of teamwork and partnership. There is the ability to create more together than alone. It's a wise use of resources, and I think that that is your answer to this exhaustion of all the battles you've been fighting. There is, of course, this aspect. This has been quite draining for you, and now you're stepping away from this conflict. You're letting people believe whatever they want to believe, and you're moving on to a more peaceful space. And I see that and this telling me that whatever burdens you've been carrying, Aquarius, this month will really start to lessen your load. And it's because of the choices you're making. You are deciding, I will accept help. I will not fight these battles that go round and round and round and only make life unpleasant. I am going to make a different choice now. I am going to allow the other shoe to drop. I am going to move on, and I'm going to accept help when it is offered, because it doesn't mean I'm less strong when I need or want to accept the help of another. The world tells me there's a completion. Something is ending here, something new beginning. It's good. It's a good thing. It's a very positive change for you, a positive ending, a positive new beginning. And the Two of Wands shows me that you're planning, you're making plans for your future. You're choosing to take an active role to decide what your life will be, not just passively allowing others to decide for you. It's a pretty exciting November for you, Aquarius. It may not always be the easiest road, but I think you'll be feeling lighter, more in control of your life, just more authentic by the end of this month. Let's do some, these are the Line Strider Tarot. You may already know if you've watched my videos before. There'll be a link in the notes for that if you're interested in the deck. It's quite beautiful. We're going to use the White Sage Tarot and do a bit of clarifying here. Let's look at that Eight of Cups. Any guidance further in November for Aquarius Spirit on the Eight of Cups? Any further guidance on the Eight of Cups? We have the Seven of Cups reversed. So the Seven of Cups is about looking at all of your options. And when it's reversed, it's a sense that you lack purpose, that you're confused and you're not clear what you should do. But I think that confusion that you may have felt in the past about which way to go is resolving in this Eight of Cups. That's what's brought you to the Eight of Cups. It wasn't a tower moment. It was more a realization that you have really considered all of your options and you know this is the best step forward for you, Aquarius. What about the Five of Wands in reverse? Tell me, please, Spirit, about the Five of Wands in reverse, where Aquarius is avoiding conflict and respecting that others have differences of opinion. Well, that's not going to work. I'm sorry, but that's a really large set of cards. Let's try that again. Can we have some clarification, please, for Aquarius? Oh, we had one flip over. There we go. Let's take that one. Two of Pentacles is the clarifying card for your Five of Wands in reverse. You're avoiding conflict because you're balancing your priorities. It's in deciding what matters to you that you realize fighting that battle over and over again is not worth it, that there's no value in your future to that constant fighting over and over again. Let's look at the Knight of Cups. Where is Aquarius following their heart this month? How is following their heart bringing Aquarius joy? We have the Queen of Pentacles coming out as a clarifier there. This Queen of Pentacles is about creative energy, really, solid financial security. You're feeling perhaps also expressive of your sensuality. You're starting to value the fact that you're a being in a body. You have a physical form, and there's something about this rush of romantic love that you might feel this month that gets you in touch with the fact that you are a creature in a body. There could be a certain aspect of lustiness there. And that might be quite a joyful experience for you this month, Aquarius. There could be some healing in that physical connection with another. Let's look at Judgment. Do you have any guidance on Judgment? Oh, I guess so. The Eight of Swords. So you're starting to realize that the decisions you make today decide what your future is. You decide with each choice you make. And Spirit is saying, if you do decide to hold yourself back, to entrap yourself, to imprison yourself by not making choices, then you are making your future. It's just the same as if you made an active choice. And I think you already know that. I think you're really becoming aware of that this month, Aquarius, that you know that where you've been refusing to make a choice, you've been holding yourself back. Where you were indecisive, or unclear about what path to take, you know that by choosing one, you're freeing up your energy, you're living more authentically, and you're creating an entirely different future for yourself than you would have otherwise. Spirit, do you have any clarification on the Nine of Wands for Aquarius for November? Clarification on the Nine of Wands? That one fell on my sleeve. Seven of Swords. Seems you've really been in your head a lot lately, Aquarius. You're starting to come out of that, but the Seven of Swords energy is telling me that you've had to fight all of these battles because someone has not been entirely honest with you. This battle here, this back round and round with the disagreement, and it's because someone was not really absolutely honest and authentic with you. There was some deception there, but I would say, the sense I'm getting is that your joy comes in stepping away from that situation. You know the situation, you're aware of who it is. It will be different for each of you, but I think it should be, for whoever this reading is for, it should be quite clear. You know who you've been going round and round on the same issue with. You know what situation you need to step away from and let them believe whatever they decide to believe, because you know in your heart what's true, and you know who hasn't been entirely honest with you, why you've been having to feel like you've been having to go to the battlefield over and over again here, and just left you exhausted. How about the teamwork? Do we have any clarification on the Three of Pentacles for Aquarius for November? Any clarification on the Three of Pentacles for Aquarius for November? Three of Swords reversed. Okay, so again with the swords, you've really been overthinking your situation for a while now, it would seem to me. The Three of Swords reversed is about recovering. It's about forgiveness, it's about moving on. And I think that in forgiving not only whoever you've been fighting with, whomever it is that's caused this conflict and the back and forthing, but also forgiving yourself, you're able to move on and accept the teamwork aspect here that makes life easier, accept the help that's offered to you, and being part of this team. It has everything to do with you forgiving yourself for the way you have been in the past. Because you aren't the person you were, even yesterday. Every new morning brings with it a change to who you are as a human being. And by forgiving yourself for who you may have been in the past, you're able to step forward into a more positive space, a more nurturing and more supportive environment for you. I'm going to look at the Two of Wands and see about the plans you're making. I want to see about the decisions that you're making, the moving on, because this Two of Wands can also be about, sort of leaving home, and that is to say, leaving that, leaving the nest as a child when they go off to school, or when they move out of their parents' home, leaving the security of a job you've been in a long time, and leaving a community, maybe moving to a new geographical space. Let's see if we can get any guidance, any further guidance here from Spirit for Aquarius for November for the Two of Wands. You may not. Sometimes I don't get any further guidance. Oh, I got a couple here. Let's see. We have the Four of Swords. Wow, you've got almost the entire suit of swords here in clarifiers. It's most unusual. But you're really, I think, getting out of your head now. Four of Swords is rest. You're giving yourself the space you need to recuperate from what you've been through. And the Hangman, the Hanged Man in reverse here. That's a cute little caterpillar. If I can get it to focus, you can see him, her. The Hanged Man in reverse tells me that you are, you have been perhaps stalling. You're afraid of giving something up. But I think you're now ready in this making the plans and leaving home, whatever feels like home to you. In leaving that, you're releasing yourself, and you're allowing yourself to heal. It's quite lovely. I think it is not the easiest November initially, but I really do feel like by the end of this month you feel so much lighter, Aquarius. And you're making the choices. At last, you're making the choices you need to make to take care of you and to make your future what you want it to be. I'm going to pull one of these affirmators. It's not exactly an oracle deck. It's more of a, inspirational quotes and that sort of thing. It's kind of a nice thing. I just dumped them on the floor. Hold on. Let's see what you got. What fell? Interesting. So they have a bit of humor in these. I'll read it to you. But it says divine timing. Everything is timing, and timing is everything. Gladly I release my concern over timing and let things happen when and as they will. I trust that the divine schedule makers know what they're doing. It can take a long time to reach divine middle management. So it goes along with what we've said here. You're making choices because it's time, right? You're not rushing it. You've been thinking through everything. You've been on pause. You've been waiting to make this step forward. You've been considering your options, and now you're taking action. You've been fighting your battles, and now you're getting the help you need. Something is coming to an end so that something new can begin. Some very exciting new development here. So you get the rest you need. I think your joy is in the flow, right? In understanding that you don't have to hold yourself back. You have here the space, the opportunity to move your life forward, to heal, to let go of the constant battle that doesn't seem to ever get you anywhere, to accept others and let them have their own opinions, knowing that what matters is how you live your life, not what they think of it. So I think it's a pretty great read. I hope you have a fantastic month, Aquarius. Thank you for letting me read for you. It's always an honor. And we'll see you next time. Blessings.